I'm glad you're here. Everybody wants to know, why'd you walk away from $50 million?
I wasn't walking away from the money. I was walking away from the circumstances.
Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. You said it was more. Tell the story.
That's right.
I will let you tell it.
No, you're the
No,
best.
I want you to tell it.
You really are the best. You've proven it here today. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did.
It's happening, guys. Dave Chappelle just did it. He exposed the infamous $50 million contracts to take part in Diddy's wild freak-off parties. And get this, according to some street talks, it was no baby oil allowed and you had to get clapped dry. It's been months since Diddy got arrested, but people like Katt and Dave are still on his neck. Let's just say, when Dave starts talking about Diddy, the internet listens. And this time is messier than we ever imagined. In a recent SNL skit, Dave wasted no time addressing the ongoing allegations against Diddy. Sitting on a stool, cigarette in hand, he opened his monologue with his usual mix of humor and sharp commentary. After cracking jokes about wildfires and other news, he turned his attention to Diddy's alleged freak-offs, taking the scandal head on. He shared how people questioned why he wasn't at these infamous parties, and he joked about feeling left out of Hollywood's secret orgies.
Carl Winslow from Family Matters was there, and I wasn't invited. It's worse than I thought. Or maybe I'm not ugly. I mean, look at my face. This is not necessarily a handsome face.
Without directly mentioning too many explicit details, Dave highlighted just how crazy these gatherings were. It was a bold moment, perfectly timed to keep the conversation about Diddy's alleged behavior front and center.
I'm glad they didn't call me though, because the stories that come out about it are crazy. I saw one thing on the internet, so I'm not sure this is true. Probably doubt it's true, but I saw it. Some guy who said he knew Puffy, like, yeah, man. He's like, I was at the FreakOff one time and I went in the back room.
Earlier on, Katt Williams also talked about how he was approached by Diddy to be used at one of his freak-off parties. According to him, he was once offered $200 million, broken into 4 payments of $50 million, but there was a catch. He'd have to get in bed with Diddy and let his cheeks get clapped. Allegedly, this same offer has been made to other people in the industry, and while some turned it down, others reportedly went along with it.
Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin I was telling you about. Right.
One name that always gets brought up when these conversations happen is Dave Chappelle. If you remember, back in 2005, Dave was on top of the world. Chappelle's show was a massive success and his career was skyrocketing. But out of nowhere, he vanished, leaving Hollywood and fleeing to South Africa. Fans were left shocked, rumors were everywhere, and the media painted him as someone who had completely lost it.
Damn, how did you write the scene so fast? You know, it's like, so you gotta take a stink.
But here's the thing. When Dave finally re-emerged, he dropped some major breadcrumbs about why he left. In interviews with Oprah and Letterman, he spoke about feeling immense pressure and hinted that there were forces trying to control him. Now, with Diddy's recent charges and all the allegations about his freak-offs, people are starting to connect the dots.
It was completely outside of my frame of reference. I've been in show business since I was 14. I've heard the stories, seen these kinds of things play out in front of me. I mean, you see it before. Look at Mariah Carey.
You disappeared for a while. People were saying, where's Dave? Where's Dave Chappelle? Where's he going? And then it turns out you took a trip to Africa. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they said.
Many believe that Dave was also offered the infamous $50 million contract to attend Diddy's parties, and when he refused, Hollywood turned on him. The timing of his disappearance lines up with this narrative, and his cryptic comments about why he left only fueled the speculation. Fans are now pointing out that Dave might have been exposing Diddy's behavior for years, just without directly calling him out. One prime example, that infamous Chappelle's show skit about Diddy and Cambodian breast milk. Back then, it was just another over-the-top joke, making everyone laugh at the ridiculous lengths Diddy would supposedly go to get the real stuff. But now, with Diddy facing serious ST charges and accusations of transporting people from exotic locations, that skit doesn't feel so random anymore. It feels chillingly deliberate.
Y'all not working like a team? I got to shut the studio down, yo. All right, the only way I open the studio up now, y'all gotta walk uptown to the Bronx and get breast milk from a Cambodian immigrant. I only drink the finest fresh milks.
And then, of course, there's the baby oil. As y'all already know, when Diddy's home was raided, authorities reportedly found 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and naturally, that set the internet on fire. People believe the baby oil wasn't just sitting there for show. It was allegedly used for those infamous freak-off parties, and trust Dave Chappelle to have something to say about it.
And I'm telling you, this is true. I can't remember a single time I ever threw an empty bottle of baby oil in the trash.
He didn't stop there, though. Dave added that he's glad Diddy got arrested before the LA wildfires reached the stash of baby oil. But here's where things take a darker turn. Allegedly, Diddy is being tied to those LA wildfires, with some conspiracy theories claiming the fires were an intentional cover-up to destroy evidence. And let's not forget about the alleged leaked tape where Diddy can be heard ordering his son to get rid of the pizza boxes. That one line has raised so many questions because people believe it's coded language for destroying some incriminating items.
All the boxes, okay? Make sure you recycle the plastic like we talked about. Yeah.
There's even speculation that the oil wasn't just for what you'd expect at those parties. Allegedly, it contained GHB, a known-date R-word substance that's rumored to stimulate attendees during those freak-offs. And let's not forget the rumors that celebs caught up in those situations were offered $50 million contracts, but at the cost of giving away their dignity.
Yeah, that wasn't the thing. It wasn't. People say that. He lost $50 million. No, that's not even close to what happened to this dude. And until you understand what happened to the dude, you don't understand what happened.
And having baby oil is not illegal. They don't remind you about that part. That's the least harmful thing I read in that doc. He just used the wrong lube, I think. If he used Crisco, he would have got away with it.
Chappelle dropping these jokes now, especially with all the rumors swirling, feels like more than just comedy. It feels like he's hinting at something deeper. The internet is buzzing with reactions to Dave Chappelle's jaw-dropping revelations. One user wrote, "They knew they couldn't break him. Everyone knew he made a big deal out of a producer trying to get him to wear a dress for a movie scene, and he refused. If he wasn't going to do that, he definitely wasn't going to do something even more morally questionable." Another user added, "If you can't buy a cat for $50 million, you ain't going to bail ourselves out for $50 million either." Another person added, 50 Cent also rejected Diddy's offers. Who else was approached but told him no? So, what do y'all think? Do you believe Dave's refusal to bow down to Hollywood's pressures is what made him a target? And how deep do you think the rabbit hole goes with Diddy's freak-offs? Are we about to see more celebs get exposed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. And don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Also, check out the next video on your end screen for even more wild stories straight from the hood. You don't want to miss what we've got cooking next.